Okay, welcome back to Teal House Farm. We are stopping at the Dollar Tree real quick when we're in town today, and I thought I would take a couple minutes and show you some of my favorite things to grab whenever we have a chance to stop at the Dollar Tree and stock up on a few things. These aren't always things that are necessarily the frugalist, but sometimes they're more convenient, or they might hit a need that's hard to hit at a different store in town, so just come along for the ride. Okay, we're back and I want to show you what we found. So most of these things are things I buy regularly, and I say regularly, probably once a month or every other month. We don't go to the Dollar Tree a whole often, but they're really some really good things I like to keep stocked either in the freezer or in the pantry for individual serving sizes, because most of the time I cook for 9 people and we need huge portions. But sometimes I need an individual meal for one person, mostly either me or my husband, because sometimes Sam works like 7A to 11P. When he gets home, he doesn't want to have to mess with things, and he usually doesn't want a big, heavy meal. He wants something he can throw in the microwave, eat really quickly, and then go to bed. And so that's why we keep a lot of these things on hand. I also pick up some cleaning things at Dollar Tree because they aren't things I use all the time, but things I like to keep on hand. So buying a really large container of it doesn't really make sense because it's just going to hang around and take up a lot of space, but having a small amount available for when I need it is just perfect. So getting them at the Dollar Tree is worth it. Even though it's more expensive per ounce most of the time, I don't need 120 ounces. I just need a little bit. First, let's start with some of my favorite cleaning items. They're pretty simple. The first are just small containers of disinfecting wipes. I will not use these fast enough to use a large container. They'll dry out before I get to the bottom. I have a recipe, I'll link it below, for my own homemade disinfecting wipes, but they use rubbing alcohol, not bleach. And there's some things in life, like if the kids get the throw-ups, I want something with bleach in it to like wipe down light switches or doorknobs and things like that. So these are perfect. It's big enough for kind of that one day use where I'm just keeping up with sick kids, and then you throw the container away and you're done. So I have these available just stocked in the pantry for when I need them, and they're small containers, which is perfect. I also buy refill. So I have a Swiffer wet jet, and I hate buying refill. It's really expensive. So you can actually remove the top of the Swiffer and then you can refill it with whatever you want. And most of the cleaning solution in those is water, and it's a very little bit of soap. So I buy cheap soap and not a lot of water, and then this lasts forever. And then the cleaning refill is just super inexpensive. I buy this one in particular because I think it smells nice. It doesn't have a super strong fragrance. It's more of a slight fragrance. I don't like really fragrant things. If you don't want to buy cleaner, you can also make your own cleaning vinegar out of lemon peels or orange peels. I do that as well, but I am not able to make enough to keep up with the cleaning demands of having a large family. So I kind of go back and forth between refilling with this stuff and refilling with my homemade stuff. And that kind of works out, and it keeps the budget really low while keeping things clean. And also just your regular toilet bowl cleaner. I find my kids use way too much when it's their turn to clean the bathroom. Chores are on a rotation, and so when it's one of the big kids' turns to do the bathroom, they just use a lot, and it's too much whether or not I buy the really expensive stuff or not. So I buy the cheap stuff because they're going to go through it too fast. Sometimes moderating an appropriate amount of cleaning liquid is hard to teach, so just buy the cheap stuff. And I actually found these, and I have never tried them, so we're going to try these to help with that problem. You're supposed to put, it's like a little sheet, like almost like a laundry sheet, and you put it in the toilet, so just one, so that's easy to measure that they're using the correct amount. You let it dissolve, and then you clean the toilet with the brush. So I'm really curious if these work, because $1 is going to get me almost a month's supply, and it'd be really easy for when the kids are cleaning the bathroom to make sure they're not overusing product so that we're not wasting money. Next up, let's talk about stuff for the freezer. So the things I keep in the freezer, there's just a few things I like to get at the Dollar Tree. And these are specifically for easy lunches or dinners for me or Sam. When we're just feeding one person, we don't want to make a whole meal, or he needs something when he gets off of work and makes it home that he can just heat up really quickly. Yes, I know that these are loaded with preservatives. These are not something that you would probably want to eat every day of your life, but these are great on hand. They taste fine. They have decent texture, and they're pretty cheap, so it kind of fits the bill for what we need. And the first are their different varieties of frozen sandwiches. So these we've tried before. I'll show you the ones that we know that we like. We've tried them. This grilled one that comes with some cheese on it is pretty darn good. He likes to put honey mustard on that once he heats it up. And this spicy chicken sandwich tastes just like what you grow up eating in the cafeteria. If you had cafeteria food for lunch, it's pretty standard, just breaded chicken breast sandwich. These two were new. I've never tried these flavors before, so I grabbed them so he could try them and tell me if he likes them. If I have to guess, I think he's gonna like this one. It's basically the grilled patty dipped in barbecue sauce. And I think he's gonna tell me he doesn't like this one, and that's the barbecue rib sandwich. And the reason I don't think he'll like it is because I bet this rib meat, which is just gonna be like consolidated weird parts of meat, is gonna be a lot like a McRib and kind of fatty. And I think he's gonna not like the texture, but I thought I would try it just in case. For $1.25, it's worth giving a try. But I get several of the ones I know he likes. They just stay in the freezer. It takes him multiple months to go through them because, again, he might eat one a week if he's working a really late shift. So we get those. And then these are my favorites. I like to keep these on hand, and these are vegetable spring rolls. I got 2 packs. They're 6 in a pack. Serving size is 3 at a time, and these work really well. I like to pack them in my lunchbox, actually. So when the kids have an activity night and we're packing lunch boxes, which are dinner boxes, I'll make these according to the instructions, but then they cool down in my box and I eat them cold, and they're actually really good. They're surprisingly good, actually, and they're just one of my favorites. So I always have these on hand, and I would just pair it with a fruit and some sort of, raw vegetable, and it just makes a real easy dinner for me that's easy to pack and go. Now to the shelf-stable food items. The first one are jugs of water that I buy for my Keurig style coffee maker. We have really hard well water, and I was destroying single-serve coffee makers even when I tried to keep them clean with vinegar. So I've just given up. It was just cheaper to buy water. Now, obviously, a filtration system would be great. We used to have a Berkey filter. We don't have that anymore. So right now we're just doing this, even though I don't like creating the plastic. But it's cheaper to buy these at the dollar store by about 10 cents than Walmart. So if I'm there, I usually grab 2 of these to put in the coffee maker. These microwave rice packets are actually surprisingly good, and I use these as a base for lunches that I pack for Sam when he's at work. There's a couple of different varieties that we like. This is just the jasmine rice, so it's basically just plain white rice without any flavor. This is a vegetable fried rice. The Spanish style rice is actually really, really good. We enjoy this one. And then this one I haven't tried yet. This is a new one. It's a cilantro lime rice, which I thought might be really good with some chicken in it. So for these, what I usually do is I will make the rice in the microwave, and there's 2 servings in here, and then I will separate it between 2 containers. One's for Sam's lunch, one's for mine the next day, and then I will stir fry chicken, or I'll grill some fish, a bunch of vegetables, and then I'll mix it all in the different rices, and then it's a really easy rice bowl for lunch the next day. It's already portion sized, it's already spiced because the rices are already spiced. The vegetable fried rice is real good if you scramble a few eggs in it. It's just really easy, and it's really fast, and obviously it's not cost effective at all if I was going to make something like this for the whole family, but again, these are packed lunches to go for just 2 people. So it works out really well. It saves me a lot of time, and we enjoy them. There's a couple things that I buy for the kids that are just treats that they enjoy. Obviously, these things are going to be less expensive if you buy them in humongous packages when you're feeding 7 children. But the idea is that we have these for a special treat. We don't need 700 ounces of these items in our house because most of the time we'd rather eat more like whole foods. But it's fun to have things that you enjoy every once in a while. So let me show you what we got. At $1.25, these are much less expensive to the name brand, and they taste almost identical, like really impressed. Sometimes Dollar Tree dupes taste weird. These are great, and the kids love these, and they'll pound these boxes really quick. But that's one of their favorite little snacks with some cheese. These Rich and Crisp are like the buttery club crackers. They're less expensive at the Dollar Tree, even though it is a smaller box, and they come in the individual like stale free containers, and I use these to make lunches for the little guys, like homemade Lunchable type lunches. Just a good cracker at a cheap price, and I like that they come in smaller little packs, so I always pick up one of those if I'm there. This we have not tried yet, so this is a new one. The kids love Smart Food, but it's really expensive. A family size bag is $7, and they will eat that the day we bring it home. So we're just gonna try this to see if it's similar in taste, if it's like this, where it's so similar to the original that they don't really care. Maybe they won't like it as much, but for $1.25, we're gonna give it.
Chicken biscuits?
Yeah, chicken biscuits. For $1.20. Yeah, it's in the fridge. For $1.25, it's pretty darn. It's for $1.25, it is worth a shot, and we'll see what happens. And if they don't like it, we won't get it again.
Can I try it right now?
Are you gonna try it right now? All right.
Yeah, just try
it tastes pretty similar.
It tastes a little sour. Oh, it tastes better. It tastes better than the one that we get from Walmart. Better than
Have
the
Micah
one
try
that-
this because she's the judge. She's the picky one.
No, I'll hide it in a cup and I'll get that someone to
Yeah, we're gonna blind test Micah. That'll tell you whether or not it's actually legitimate, really real. We picked up a couple things just for fun, so I'll show you. These little popcorn bowls we thought were cute for family movie night. They can put some popcorn, their popcorn in there and save us passing around large bowls. And then the last thing I picked up was some of these little snack Ziploc bags. I do have some reusable storage bags, but I do not have enough. And so anywhere I buy snacks, it's more cost effective to buy them in a larger package. Dollar Tree is not the best place to buy pretzels, but the kids really wanted pretzels, so I grabbed them. I'm going to divide them out amongst the smaller snack bags. The snack bags are a lot cheaper at the dollar store because they're so thin, but that's okay because we're not going to freeze them or anything, and that saves money in the long run. But I'll also use Dollar Tree Ziploc bags when we buy larger boxes of things like goldfish and things like that from Aldi. So anyway, those are some of the simple things that we like to just kind of keep on stock that save me a little bit money or a little bit of time, depending what's more important on the different products. And I wanted to share those with you. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all again really soon.
Yes.
What did Micah say?
She went, took a popcorn and went, better buy, I don't know, that old guy in front of the packet.
So does she like it or no? Is that a no?
She doesn't know what it is. And probably not then, she can't guess the flavor.
Well, this one's eating the whole bag, so I guess maybe it's pretty good.
It looks like chicken biscuits.
You want the chicken biscuits? You guys are gonna eat all the food on the one day here.